Hi, I'm Elias.
And I'm Ryan.
And welcome to the Boneyard Airsoft. This is our first video that we're putting out, and it's going to be one of many. And what we want to do today is a site tour to show you some of the facilities and infrastructure that we've got around our playing field. So we've had a lot of people asking us for that. Essentially, we are based in East Sussex, and we've got 20 acres of playing field here. And we're a team of really passionate airsofters that have come together. And one of our main objectives is to take that experience and that knowledge of playing over many years and see where we can improve and how we can bring that to this site. I think one of the things as well that we've all experienced is that we've mentioned airsoft to like friends or family, and no one really knows.
They have no clue what we're talking
What
about.
it is. Yeah.
When you say, I'm running around the woods shooting BBs at people. That's one thing we want to try and do here, is just get that awareness of what airsoft is and get it out there, just so that everybody can enjoy it and come down and join us.
That's it, because I think, you know, pretty much everyone I've spoken to has been paintballing at some point. And
they know exactly what it is.
They know what it is. Most people have done it, and I'm not going to stand here and slag paintball off, you know, but I think people would get, the general public and non-airsofters would get a lot from airsofting, but they would go paintballing, they've never given airsoft a go, and that's something we want to change.
Yeah.
You know, we want to get your average person along to give it a shot, because it has so much to offer.
I think it's really nice to see that person come for the first time, and then the second and the third and the fourth, and just see them gain so much more confidence in themselves when playing, and just that interaction going from being really introvert and then later on down the line just going absolutely crazy on the field. That's what I love seeing, is just those really quiet ones, and just seeing them slowly progress to being just extroverts out in the field.
That's it. And I think something I've always said as well is that I think airsoft can, visually, the way it looks, you know, we've got all of our gear, realistic looking guns, it scares a lot of people off. For many years I've been trying to get my cousin to come down, and I think he's freaked out by it, that he would go paintballing.
Yep.
So that's one of the barriers, you know, we want to kind of break that down through these videos, you know, maybe show people a bit about the sport. So not just for the seasoned airsofter, but for new people.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing that is going to come across in the videos. It's not just kind of airsoft, but to get to know the people that play it, so you realise it's not intimidating. We're not all big burly men that are ex-military geeks running around.
Far from it.
Running around dressed up as a bush. just enjoying it.
Exactly.
I think that's the thing that this site I've noticed that does fantastically. It's just including everybody in each and every game. Everyone's being included. I've started to bring my nephew down now. I think he's been here 6 or 7 times, and just each time he's just becoming more and more and more confident in himself, to the point of he's now happy-ish running around on the field on his own. He's not needing to be with someone. He's like, no, I know what I'm doing now, and he just goes off, and he just has an absolute blast every single time.
That's it. I think that's something that, you know, when I was first getting into, you know, the sport years ago, that I have experienced, unfortunately, at other sites. And there's many sites that don't do this and are really good, but I have been to sites where it's been a very kind of like alpha dominating environment, scared.
Alpha males walking around,
that's it.
Burly men with all their gear. I think because that's the thing that stands out for me over paintball is, well, I know we've spoken about it before, in paintball you have your overalls, you have your face mask, and everybody kind of looks the same. Whereas airsoft, you can customise it to how you want to look yourself. You don't have to match everybody. You can have your own kit. You can have that you can be bright colours. We've had a guy at our last game. He had like a minion onesie on, just running around the field, you know, in a minion onesie, which was absolutely fantastic. And that's the thing that I love about airsoft, is that you look the part, so it makes you feel the part. You're not just running around in an overall.
Yeah,
it's a little bit dirty
more
with paint.
Immersive. You know, you can do like a hoodie and jeans if you want, but you can go like all out tactical kit, which, you know, airsofters, like if you're watching this and you're a seasoned airsofter, you'll know that's the bit you love about it. But then also, I can see how that would scare off someone who's never done it before.
I've been airsofting now maybe 6 years, possibly. Can't precisely remember, but I remember the first time I went and I was seriously intimidated.
Yeah.
Because you go to a field where you always get your regulars at the field, and they all know each other. They all have the banter, and you're sitting there like a deer in the headlights. I'm now one of those really outgoing, loud people that try and get everybody to come over, and I'm not that bad. Come and talk to me.
Yeah.
But it can be intimidating, and that's the one thing that this site here, I've never felt that anybody's done that, or people have really felt intimidated, because we are all so inclusive here. If we see someone, especially a rental, I try my hardest just to really get them involved.
Definitely.
I remember there was a raffle here once, and it was for I think it was the Rhino pistol. It was fantastic. I did want to win it because it was a really nice looking pistol. But a rental actually won it, and everyone was so happy about it, especially guys that I came down with, because they're like, we're so happy that this rentals won it, because that's just going to encourage them to want to come even more now. A seasoned airsofter would go, oh, it's a great gun, in the kit with many other guns I've got that I don't need.
Exactly.
But no, it was fantastic that kiddie won that gun, because it's just going to encourage him to want to come back and get more kit and waste more money.
Yeah, that's it. You know, it's I think, you know, that's something we want to do. Like say with these videos, is, you know, talk to you, the viewer, and down some of those barriers, some of the sort of like stereotypes and things. So if you can watch this as a seasoned airsofter, you can watch it as someone who's never been before and just interested, and hopefully it encourages you to come. So I think we'll give you a little site tour now.
Walk around the site and show you what we've got.
That's it. Cool.
So this is our first location. This is the fuel dump. The one thing that I love about this site is that not just the different sections we've got, but it is a 360-degree site. So it's not just linear at all. You can go anywhere at any point at any time, which really makes for some good kind of combat situations, really. There's a lot of different bunkers and little bits of everything scattered around that just helps that little bit of defense and attack.
Yeah, I guess it's like that 360 sort of attack.
Yes.
That you, at any point. So obviously here we've got the tent you can see in the background, and then behind that, often what happens in games is, you know, you feel protected, but actually someone will come in from behind the tent. You know, we've got other sort of structures and stuff around here, like these barrels and things for, you know, cover. But you can be positioned in cover behind one of them, and then actually someone's made their way around the other side.
Exactly, it's what happened on the last game that we had. The objective was a laptop. One team had to defend it, the other team had to upload a USB flash drive. And they were defending it really well until the opposition decided to attack them from further down that way.
Right.
So they were being attacked from over there, from the snipers. They had a few guys pushing up through there, and it just made for a really, really crazy firefight in the end. Of just, you don't know where you're being attacked from, so you've really got to be on guard and make sure that you are defending it from every angle possible.
That's it. Like, keeps you on your toes. You know, we've actually, like, even behind the camera, I can see, like, here now there's some sort of what do you call them, like log defense walls and things we've built, and, you know, use different things here. I've been, you know, playing behind some of those at times, and you know, someone's come around, flanked around the other way. So yeah, it kind of like keeps you on your toes, and there's actually lots of little structures and things just built in amongst the trees and everything here, so it's not just straight up woodland and one little fortress. You know,
I think that's what has been done here. I will say really very well is the I say call them points of interest. I suppose they aren't few and far between. They are kind of everywhere. It's not very often that you're just walking out in the open and you haven't got some form of defence. There is going to be a barricade. There is going to be a barrier that you can just dart behind, or like big containers, or big wheeled things, whatever that is. Don't even know what that is, but it's there and it works well for defence. And then I suppose we could move on to the next bit.
Yeah, so I think we'll head over to the plane, which is like the next port of call. And
I don't think I've seen in any other airsoft site, locally anyway.
Yeah, not locally, and definitely not one like this. So we'll head over to that one now and show you that.
Oh hi, I didn't see you there. I'm just on my plane. That's right. We have a plane.
So this is the plane. As you can see, it is an actual plane. I've been to a lot of other sites that have maybe had tanks and things, but they've been like mock-up, chipboard, plywood kind of mock-ups.
Yep. Painted to look the part.
That's it, which is good. Like, I don't knock them. You know, you can't always get hold of a genuine plane.
It's a jam donut without the jam.
You could say that, yeah.
We've got the jam.
Yeah. So yeah, here it is, and it gets utilised in a lot of games, isn't it?
I think pretty much every single game that we've run here, it is used in some way because it's such a unique feature to have of it being a genuine plane. It was used in the last special event that we'd done with a recovery scientist, which I played, which I'm waiting for my Oscar invitation for because it was phenomenal.
I heard it was good.
And yeah, it does get used quite a lot, or we try and incorporate it as much as we can, just because it is such a unique little thing to have at an airsoft site.
Yeah, I think it's like it's got all of the, you know, it's not in the best of condition. It's been
shot down.
It's been shot down. It's like seen better days. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to achieve flight anytime soon.
No.
But it's got all the stuff in there. You know, like all the cockpit like controls and things. And
Yeah.
what I like about that is, you know, it's got no use, but it just adds another level of like immersion into the gameplay. So
Yeah.
when you go to the down plane for say the down pilot mission or something like that, the plane's real, you know, just like immerses you a bit
It is
more.
real, yeah. It makes
Yeah.
for an awesome photo opportunity as well.
It
So
does.
many
yeah.
people that when we're having a small break in between games, they will come over there, take a picture, they stand on it, to try and get as much of the plane as they can.
Yeah.
Really.
Exactly.
It's been set up as well, and again, it was a fantastic job from the guys that did that. We've got a parachute over there with a harness that again makes for a great photo opportunity. Okay, it's just all about that immersion really, and just making it fun.
And again, like in this particular location, you probably can't quite see them on camera, but over there's another little bunker, left, right, everywhere. There's something, you know. There's like points of cover that can be used. And another thing to mention as well is, obviously in this video we're jumping to each location, but they are actually quite spread out.
Yeah.
It takes you a few minutes to get to each one.
Yeah, it's
you
not
know.
a quick walk.
No, so they're not all like bunched together. You know, there's points across the whole site, and also the terrain, you know, varies a lot on this site.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it. Over to our left here. You know,
It's got a 20-foot dip down into a big hole that has a tent
Yeah.
and a flagpole down there, which again gets used in the games.
there's ravines, there's like crossings, bridges. You know, there are flat areas. You know, but there's the foliage changes. You've got areas where there's just like trees.
Yeah.
And then there's bits of like bushes that are quite harder to make your way through.
I'd say in the field, this is possibly the most open area, I suppose, really. With not as many kind of bushes and trees around here.
Yeah.
Whereas kind of going back over that way, it is a bit more covered. There's a lot more, I suppose, bunda that you can just hide in and run away from people, which I normally do on
That's
every
something-
single game.
Yeah, you need to be gillied up. That's something I like about this site as well, is that it's not other sites' faults. Obviously, they can only work with the land and the terrain that they've got. But I have been to some where it's just the same constantly. You know, it's like all ferns with some paths or something.
Yes.
And there's one site I can think of where they've got sort of bushes. I don't know what type of bush it is, but they're very thick, and you can't really make your way through them. Your kit's getting caught up, and you're trying to push through, and then it will suddenly get to like a path. You know, there's paths going through those bushes, and so you're either stuck to one of those, walking down a path, walking target, or you go, right, I'm going to make my way through that foliage, and it takes you half an hour to get 10 foot
into another bush.
And then when you eventually get to this path, you're on a path and you're shot. You know, that's quite a difficult site, I find, to navigate around. Whereas here, there's lots of sort of variety.
It's been set up so that it's kind of caters to all different play styles, really. If you want to go guns ho and go running in, you can do. You've got the opportunity to do that here. If you want to be sneaky and stealthy, you can do. It has the opportunities to do that here. It does just cater for all types of gameplay and game styles, more to the point.
Yeah.
It just gives a little bit of everything to everybody, really.
No, definitely. I think that's one of the things that, honestly, like, if I came here and all of these things like the plane and the fuel dump and stuff weren't built, I would just be to enjoy the woodland. Yeah. I'm not just saying that. Like, honestly, I think the woodland is beautiful for a game.
You can play here without the added bits that have been incorporated. It's that kind of site that does just allow that. These have just been added because
why not?
It's a plane.
I think the next port is going to be the lower village.
Yes.
So we'll head over there. That's one of the more sort of like open areas.
That's possibly the biggest open area that there is.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll head over there now and give you a little tour of that. Yeah. Okay, so for the last 5 minutes or so, we've been trying to get everything in the shop, but we just can't do it because it's like we were saying, a real 360 experience. But we'll do our best to try and describe to you. Essentially, if I move out of the way, you can see over here there's some structures. That's part of the lower village, and then off to this direction here, it just goes back. And you've got trees, woodland, some bushes, and different types of foliage and things over there. So this is probably one of the most open areas, I think, that we've got.
This is the main area for me that relies more on the natural kind of vegetation for cover in terms of the trees and their positioning. There's not much in terms of man-made barricades or anything like that. As Elias was saying earlier, 360 degrees, so the plane is that way, the village is just over my shoulder, but you can get from where we've just come from, behind camera, where there is another little hut as well. So it offers, this site does offer a lot.
Yeah, it's one of the ones with good variety.
Yeah.
And it's not all kind of scrunched together. I've been to a lot of sites where it's just an entire, maybe they've got like 30 acres plus more, whatever, but then there's just one kind of like fortress area in the middle.
From me to you.
Yeah, that thing, and then the rest relies on woodland, whereas this is woodland and points dotted in amongst it. And there are areas here that we're not going to show you on camera today because we hope you come down and we want you to actually discover things for yourself rather than showing you exactly where everything is. There's little hidden bunkers and surprises nestled in amongst the woodland. So we're just showing you like the key areas, the main points, which are like the fuel dump, the plane, this one we call lower village, and then we actually have the main village. So before we go there, we're just going to head to the comms tower. Then we'll show you the main village, and that will kind of round up the video really. But
I don't think because we've got enough daylight.
Yeah, we're running out of daylight as well. We came down to shoot this video and got distracted on the range.
Shooting guns.
Shooting, like
as you do.
Zeroing and talking, gun stuff. So
which you will find out when you start coming down.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll quickly head over to the comms tower now before we start losing the light.
Cool.
Let's go.
So this is the comms area, or the comms tower, just behind us. Hopefully you can see it. It is getting a little bit dark. We've got a nice little bit of radio tower. Trying to utilise it in as many games as we can. We used it last Sunday as an extraction point, getting from the plane all the way over to here, light a firework off that would then signal the Land Rover that come down and extracted the scientist. Actually went really quite well. It was quite fun.
Yeah.
Apart from the amount of times I got shot.
Oh yeah, not so fun.
Didn't like that. It was raining. I had a shirt on. It was skin tight.
Oh really?
It hurt.
Nice.
But it just kind of emphasises the things that are here at this site. It's all just, it runs in a theme that I like. It's all relative to each other. and you just don't get an awful lot of that at other airsoft sites. And it's not to degrade any other airsoft sites, because they're all absolutely fantastic, and you should always go to other places. But I love the fact that here it's that uniqueness that's offered up here.
Well, again, it's that thing of like taking from experiences from other airsoft sites,
Exactly.
playing at places, you know, and thinking, how can we improve that? How can we make it like that little bit extra,
Yeah.
you know, extra notch up, you know?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it is something simple. The fact of, like I was saying, we've always noticed that maybe they've got one fortress like in the middle, and then the rest is woodland. But how about, you know, we spread it out a little bit?
Yeah.
And then there are other sites that have done that, you know, for sure.
There are.
But you know, little things like with this, the level of detail that's kind of gone into what it is. You know, it's actually like a army surplus radio tower trailer. You know, it's the real thing. And you know, like the ammo crates around it, and the camo netting, and you know, little like added extra touches where sometimes, you know, I can't think of how many sites I've been to that have maybe just got some pallets, you know, which is
just some pallets, or just a MDF building just there.
Yeah, you know, it's like little extra touches just on, you know, on top of it to make it just that little bit better.
Even just on the walk up here from the lower village, and we've got just a bunker off screen there that is dug into the ground, and it also has 2 extra shooting points that are again buried in the ground. And we were just saying that, you know, just that kind of stuff is just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, if you're one of those people who likes to kind of get down in there, get dirty, you know,
Get a defensive position ready, and that no
Get
one's going to
prone.
really expect.
Yeah, you can do that. You know, it's like, it's not just hide behind a barrel. Maybe you've got to crawl through some dirt.
Yeah.
You know, you've got that option here. So yeah, that's something I like.
Yeah.
We should head on over to the main village now, before we lose this last bit of light, and just show you around there. The thing that's good about that, I think, is that it does actually offer like a little sort of CQB element.
Yes, it is very CQB.
Yeah, so it's, you know, if you, obviously it's a woodland site, but it's nice to have variety, and you've got that little taste of that there. So yeah, we'll head on over and show you that now.
Let's go.
Okay, so sorry about the light fading. We didn't quite get there in time, but hopefully you can just about see what we've got here. 15 structures, little huts that are built here, and they actually go further over this way, where it actually becomes what's called the Homestead.
Yes.
So there's 2 separate kind of villages, a lot of little huts, you know, in this immediate area, which I think is quite impressive. I remember when I first came here and, you know, saw what had been built. You know, it was really good, because it's not just 1 or 2 huts; it's like an actual little village. You know,
It's 15 huts.
15 huts, and they're built to like a really good like spec and stuff. So
yeah, they're nice and sturdy. Quite a few of them as well have 2 points of entry, which especially is good when your mission is to go in and clear the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a really good CQB little area, this. And
Yeah,
it does
exactly.
make some really interesting fights. Especially again with that whole 360-degree element, you literally do not know where anybody's coming from.
Yeah. No, I've been caught out a few times.
Yeah, I've probably been the one shooting you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you know, we hope you'll come down and, you know, explore it for yourself and see it for yourself. We had quite a few people asking us, you know, on our Facebook page and stuff over the last few months, what's on site, you know, for a map and things like that. So we just thought a video is probably the best way to just show you around, you know, give you an idea of what we've got.
Yeah, we spoke earlier about possibly trying to get like a time-lapse video of just walking around the whole site. It would have to be very quick time-lapse because it is a big site. Just hopefully you've got a little bit of an idea of what is here. As you did say earlier, we're not going to show them everything because we want them to come down and experience it for yourselves, which hopefully you will do. But yeah, I don't know what else we can really say about it, to be honest.
I think we've said everything we can, you know. I guess we'll wrap it up now, and final thing to say is basically hopefully that you'll follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you know, we have TikTok as well, all the usual social medias, and we can be found at the Boneyard Airsoft on all of those. And our website is theboneyardairsoft.com. And one thing to note is that we do bookings for the games, so advanced bookings to secure your place, and it's like a £5 deposit that you pay, and then the rest is paid like in person on the day, and that just helps us out, knowing who's going to come, how many are come, and catering, because you actually get like a proper hot meal.
I suppose I think we could go into a little bit of detail, really, couldn't we? The package, really. What's a walk-on, for those that don't know, is people, you've got your own kit. It's £30, lunch is included.
Hot lunch,
and it is a hot lunch made by some expert chefs. Every time last game was spaghetti bolognese, so it's always been kind of hearty meals.
Yeah,
it's not just like a sausage roll or anything like that. It's a good hearty meal that you do find you need after running around throughout the day. And the rental package as well, it's £45. You get a gun, ammunition, you get the rig, so you can hold everything in there with the mags and the face protection as well. And
the good thing about that as well is that they're not just cheapy kind of crappy guns.
They're actually really decent.
They're
guns.
really decent, like
really
AGs, yeah, with like decent motors and all. I think they're like MOSFETs and stuff in. And for those of you who don't know, it's all like, it's quite a top spec gun, that you get to play with. A lot of other sites I've been to, you see the rental gun, it's like falling apart.
Been used, abused. You shoot and it will veer off. And
they're not the best.
Frustrating, but no, it's all new equipment. You can see the pictures on the Facebook page. I believe there are some on there of the guns all laid out on the table when they came in. Yeah, which is quite nice.
Maybe we'll do a video on that at some point, showing you
tech video.
Tech video, that'd be good.
Go.
Yeah. But yeah, the main thing is if you want to come down, we hope you will. Just we're encouraging everyone to do the pre-booking, just so we know like who's coming down, so we can cater and prepare and get an idea of. That's it with games and scenarios. We can cater and adapt to the numbers. So we hope you head on over to the social links and the websites and follow us on there. And stay tuned for more videos. We'll be back.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks.